The idea here is not really like a hard, like, this is your class, this is now your superpowers, and nah, I didn't want that. So I went with more of the angle of it's a direction you can go. I also had to add the newest class to the roster, being the Hotshot. The idea behind the Hotshot is being more of an independent soul, and your entire thing is high risk, high reward. You're kind of the quote rogue of the group, contrasting everyone else's overseers and seekers and things like that. Classes aren't really Classes aren't a defined part of the universe. However, they are a defined part of the universe because it is a 4X game. Oh, yeah. And today we're going to be working on survival of the fittest, combat. Fittest. Obviously, I'm not fit at this point because I keep spelling things wrong. So, you also may notice, hey, I don't have any of the traits in yet. They're all still here. I had to add a few traits from last time, and there's going to be more. There's going to be more traits. There will always be more traits. Because we can't have nice things here. Only pain. So, what are my basic ideas behind combat? Well, we're working with a success-based system, so I had to kind of accommodate that. I also needed to make sure that sizes work as appropriate, so I'm using the idea of the defense value as kind of a indirect to hit. So the idea is, say I have a DV of 4, my enemy has to roll 4+ successes to hit me. That's kind of the idea. However, they can do things to lower that number of successes they need, or I can do things to raise the number of successes they need. So it's kind of this back and forth of how much risk versus how much reward am I going for. My only fear here is that defense stacking is going to be a big deal, but defense stacking is big in any game, and that's the unfortunate part of it. Originally, I was thinking about doing a Shadowrun-esque system, but that didn't quite pan out due to the nature of the system, actually. So, let's get started. So, blood and part of since the dawn. Blood and iron has been part of civilization since the dawn of time. Even the vast and terrible terrible endless partook in the savagery of conflict. As time marches on, conflict evolves from sticks and stones to firearms and battle suits. But the end result remains the same. War is inevitable. To know how to fight, to protect what you hold dear, to know how to fight to protect why you hold dear, to protect what the hero holds dear. Deer is essential to their well-being. Blood and iron. Blood. Heavy. Okay, let's see. Okay, my shoulder's acting up again. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2. 1, 2. See, the thing is, you used to be able to actually hear my shoulders cracking, but I changed some audio settings and you can't do that anymore. Also shift the dB by like 1. The dB's by 1, and the background music spikes. It's great. I love it. Okay, so let's do... Combat is broken down into turns and rounds. With each character's turn taking place. With each character's turn taking up to 6 seconds. 6 seconds in time. And 6 seconds in time. Let's see. Broken down the turns and rounds. How do I want to word this? A turn is an individual character set of actions. While the full round is every participating character set of characters' actions. Summarize. To determine who acts first. Determine who acts first. Every character rolls their finesse. Actually, no. How do I want to do this? Initiative is always a pain in the ass. There's so many different ways to do it, and we're doing with a little bit high flying, so we can probably do every character has their initiative score, fin plus modifiers, with characters acting in order of the size of their with characters acting in order of the order of largest to smallest. If 2 characters match, whoever has the highest affinity will act first. If they have the same affinity, then the player character will act first. Because if you don't put rules in like that, people are going to get mad. And that does put a little bit of value on having the initiative racial mods, because the idea being, if I have a D8 plus 1 with my initiative mod, technically I have an initiative score of 9, and everyone else who has a D8 is going to go after me. So I have just that little bit of a one-up on people. Well, that same goes for people who have a -1, where if I have a D8 -1, I now have an initiative score of 7, and I'm going to be acting after everyone with a D8. But Notepad, why don't you just have, finesse be like a random? Nah, I don't know yet. I want initiative to snap into it, make it pretty friggin' fast. So, see, if I wanted to, what I could do is do initial fin plus fin affinity plus modifiers. So it would be something like if I have a 3d8, technically, if I have a 3d8, it would be 8 plus 3. I would have a score of 11. Would be my initiative. And then a +1 put me at the 12. Yeah, that might do that. That should prevent radical numbers or samey numbers to make sure that this doesn't occur as often. Let's see, full round factions. If they have the same affinity, then the player character will act first. Even though that shouldn't, in theory, happen, because if that happens, you're pretty fighting a mirror attributes at least. The next affinity. Alright, so we're gonna do call it the Warrior's Dance. Every character, the event's value determined by size. This is the minimum. Actually, we can call defense values. We'll call the next one. This is the minimum amount of successes required to successfully strike the target. The larger the character, the less successes, I should say. Damage them. However, the idea being, okay, actually, during combat, increase their defense values. By getting into cover, wearing armor, taking special actions, or having an advantage on an opponent. Having an advantage on and a disadvantage on an opponent. Now we get to actions and bloodshed. Alright. Let's see, combat days. So defense value should, in theory, a defense value is going to be, if we go back up to size real fast. Okay, so defense values are going to range from 6 to 2. So 6 to 2 naturally. And 6 may seem like a lot, but you have the idea of, I get hit once as a tiny, I might actually be in bleeding already. I might be bleeding to death. Because, let's say I have a D8 bod. If I have a D8 bod, then I technically have 16 endurance. And if I get hit just right, I am probably going to be in a lot of pain. I am not going to be... You're not going to be a happy-go-lucky person. You are going to be bleeding to death, and you are going to be... Everyone's going to laugh at you because you are a manlet. Tiny manlets get shot. Remember that, kids. I can say that, too, because I'm not a manlet. is the character's turn. Allowed to perform three separate actions. Three actions of their choice. Character can spend more than one action. To augment or another. These options will be listed below. The action in question. Below the action. No, I like putting in question. So, what do we need action-wise? We can probably put a nice picture there. We're going to have a lot of actions here because actions are fun. Everyone likes combat stuff. It's the main draw of the game. It really isn't, but... Actually, we... So... We go project folder dice. Let's get our basic action list set up because do I have my list of actions yet? Probably not, because I'm silly and I don't do that, but I'll definitely put other random shit in here. It's called big brain plays, where I put things where I really shouldn't. So we need to go to what's probably the most closest would be probably not MGA. Wouldn't be tits, even though ironically enough this system is slightly based off of tits, but tits is probably the least appropriate one. Alright, cool. I wonder, actually, does it show up on... Hey, let's see if I can do it. Yeah, that is my shoulder you're hearing. As anytime I roll my shoulder, it makes that noise. It's great. I swear I'm not a boomer. I'm just a broken, miserable creature. So let's see, we want to do Tainted Bloodlines maybe? Yeah, let's go open up Tainted Bloodlines. Yeah, Tainted Bloodlines needs a redux. Even though someone found this. Like, I've had like a bunch of people show up in some of these games I've written being this like, I must now make a random comment. I'm like, alright, who are you? How did you get here? I am confused. Okay, so here we got our basic set of actions. I said we have our basic set of actions. So attack. Ranged attacks. Defend. Delay. New or other. No boga. Yeah, let's get our basic ones in. The character willingly lowers their initiative. Let's see, they add current mana 0 resets at the end. Resets at the end of the round. Takes breather. They roll spirit and adds that and add successes to their, let's see, add successes to their initiative value. Initiative value. All right, let's see, add plus one initiative if you spend an extra action on it. Because if I spend additional actions on it, I'm going to get free initiative out of it. But it's like I'm spending my valuable actions making sure I can act a little bit faster. So, lowers their initiative to the point between the current amount, resets at the end of the round. A character attempts to actively change their position by ducking, dodging, and shoving their way through a situation. So, we want to do a... how do I want to word this? Yeah. Yeah, hype up. We'll call it hype up. Plus one initiative, action move. Action movements. Using the ability actually uses a tool. Switches the weapon out for another. All right, so now we need to do attack. Actually, we'll do melee attack, ranged attack. Attempts to strike an enemy. Melee weapon in their possession. Will roll. The character will roll bod plus melee weapons. Melee weapons. Will roll bod plus melee weapons. Burst targets DV. Precision strikes. Remove. Okay, actually reduce enemy. Actually reduce target DV by 1. Power strike. Increase damage. Increase damage by 4. Multiplier. Additional successes. And let's see. So, in theory, let's say, for example, okay. I need to hit DV5. Actually, we'll say, let's say I need to hit DV4. And I hit that. I hit DV4. And I'm going to deal natural damage. So if I want to do the multiplier effect, it would be every success you add an additional set of damage. Yeah, okay. We'll make melee weapons flat damage then. So actually, with power strike, what we can do is increase weapons damage by 2. Every success over target's DV does the weapons damage again. So, for example, I hit and score, let's say, 6 successes. I do pretty good. I'm going to hit him technically 3 times. 1 for my base success and 2 additional. 1 for my base success plus 2 for the 2 additional rollovers I got. So I'm going to hit him 3 times. However, if my weapon, for example, does, let's say, 8 damage, and he has armor 4, I'm technically just going to do 4 damage 3 times. So I'm only going to do 12 damage. However, if I said, for example, spent an action to increase this amount to 10 damage, I am now doing 6 times, so I'm doing 18 damage. But if you're fighting weaker opponents, obviously, you don't really need to do that. If you're fighting really squishy opponents, you don't really need to do that. And actually, what I could probably do is... let's see. Yeah, I think this works, with the idea being... Actually, what we can call this is a combo strike. And which brings me to ranged attacks. The character. Weapon in their possession. The character will roll finesse plus ranged weapons versus target's DV. I'm going to add the aim. The aim action, reduce target DV by 1. Aim shot. Targets a specific limb or area of the enemy. Actually, of the target, I mean. Specific limit area of the target. We can probably do... No, I'm not going to add into that. We can do that probably with ranged weapons. When we hit the equipment, hello, morning salmon. When we hit the main ranged equipment, we can do something like spray. Once we hit equipment, we can do things like burst fire, like single shot, burst fire, full auto, etc. We can do that because Endless Legend doesn't have guns. You have like weird super crossbows. That's kind of the extent of their weapons. So this should work in theory. But I was hunting around today. This was my goal for today, in between sitting in a dentist's office waiting for my mom. I wanted to find all about endless space hand weapons. What does the normal grunt use? And the secret to huge success. The secret. I have no fucking idea. Honestly, I have no clue. Because I'm like, oh, I'll look at Dungeon of the Endless. They'll have idea. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because all the weapons there are meme weapons, or it's like pistol. Like, that doesn't help. Pistol doesn't say anything. And I don't think that's, you know, the sproing gun or whatever, or like, oh hey, look, look, it's a kitchen utensil. That's your weapon now. Ha ha ha, lamau. I'm like, no, damn it. I was like, oh god. Let's see, am I missing any major actions? Defending. I am missing defending. Ha ha ha, lamau. Let's see if we want to do defend. Here's themselves for the next attack. Gaining a roll. Actually, it would be rolling. Actually, be, let's see, rolling their body finesse, or what would be another good attribute to roll? Not eloquence, obviously. Yeah, honestly, body or finesse. Body or rolling their body or finesse, and adding the successes to their DV, and we're going to have parry, add +1 DV to melee attacks, dodge, add +1 DV to ranged attacks. So one of the key things is if you are a big monster craver, you aren't dodging. That's like, you aren't, your goal in life is not to be like, it's time for me to dodge when you're a 7.5-foot tall monster with 4 arms, 6 arms, you know, with 4 arms and a raging, you know, hatred for all humanity. No, your goal is to take that shot right in your chest, look at them and smile because you're now mad, and then start eating their face. Because you are a raging psychopath. Let's see, so this should what I can actually do. Order. The character orders any minions. Any minions, actually what we would say is companions or minions to perform an action. The character rolls their eloquence plus tactics to enforce their demands. Sir, yes. Sir, yes, sir. Actually, the character adds their tactics. Continues orders. The companions or minions will continue their actions until told to cease operations, or they are unable to complete them. So the idea here being... Oh god, I'm bleeding again. Stop that. Ugh. Ugh, god. The thing is terrible because I keep scratching it, and that means it keeps opening, and then when I keep opening it, it keeps bleeding, and therefore it keeps scabbing over, making me want to scratch it again. Truly, I live in hell. Now, let's see. Connection. Orders are for your eloquence guy who stacks a bunch of companions to actually fight for him. Actions and bloodshed. Alright. Which brings me actually to a point in the lexicon which I can reference. That being colony management. That's not it. Base tick. Skill combat. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I should actually throw them. Open you up. Eyesight. There we go. Enemy design. God, don't mention grub. Oh, gee. How are you back? I had a big ass dinner. A big old cheesy nightmare. My gut has been telling me it was a mistake. So, let's see. Only minions. We don't want you. Use minions and swarms. We want to employ you right here. Go away, mofos. So you can probably put in the entire thing here. Let's see. No. Actually, what we'll call this is special combat encounters. Special combat situations, there will be... Convert everything to lotto. Combat is hectic and difficult to understand. At the best of times, there will be moments when the characters are struggling, and there will be moments when certain dangerous situations arise or issues that cannot be issues that grant bonuses / penalties. They will be listed below. And pretty much this is, we want to shift everything over again. Alright, minions are disposable quick opponents that go down a single strike from weapon, meant to pad out battles and force characters to react. They roll only a set amount of dice per action, but they are numerous and can still quickly overwhelm a character. A certain amount of D4s for their attacks and defense, but they are numerous and can quickly overwhelm a character if left unchecked. And what we want to do is something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8d4, you can technically score 8 successes, but you have a 25% chance of doing that. So technically, if we want to do a full amount, would be 0.25 times 0.25 times 0.25 times 0.25 times 0.25 times 0.25. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.25 times 0.25. Technically, you have a less than 1% chance of scoring 8 successes. Will it still occur? Of course it will, because it's your players, and your players will never be lucky. Numerous quickly. This works. We don't really need this. So the purpose of this is to allow the heroes to feel heroic as they cut down minion and focus on the larger threat at hand, being the nefarious villain or disaster or anything larger than a minion. Anyone wishes, one. Buy these as a small squad or a group of disposable minions, or as disposable group of animals. Animals to further enhance the feeling of being heroes. So, let's see. Commoners, we want Sophon Militia. Conscripted, United Empire grunts. Let's see, we want... So, what I want to do here is put Kraber drones. Then we can probably throw in something from Endless Legend. Let's see. Hello. We want actually okay. Guards. We probably actually peasants. Veteran soldiers. Let's see, we got... How do we want to... Oh, yeah. Walter Thanes. And what would be like the apps... Oh, Sheridan? Is that how you pronounce it? Sheridan. Nope, that's not it. Sheridan... Endless space Sheridan. Yeah, there we go. Oh, didn't mean to place like that. Come. Sheridan Honor Guards. And now we move on the Swarms. Swarms! Actually, we can probably put you at the 4. Let's see. At the end of the character's turn, this one automatically deals damage to its remaining size category 2, regardless of armor. Or we want to put you to Lato. So we actually need 2 damage. Let's bump up the damage a little bit. We'll put you up to 3, 5, 7. Nah, actually no. 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9. Cataclysm. Da 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 da. So minuscule is going to be you need just 2 successes to get rid of them. 4 successes, 6 successes, 8 successes, 10, 12, 14. Actually, let's bump that up to, let's say, 4, 6, 8. Oh, no, that's not. Actually, here's what we can do. Let's double it every time. So it was 16. Actually, increase it by 4, maybe. 4 successes. There we just do 5s. 5. Swarms and minions being knocked out of the fight can mean a lot of things, not necessarily just straight up dead. When wrapping up a swarm minion fight, consider having enemies still be alive, just unconscious and bleeding out. Do they methodically go through each of the killing the survivors? Don't hesitate to mix it up. Remember, there are rules to make your game move smoother, not to define it. Alright, do we add in mega monsters? I don't know if I want to add in mega monsters. Time to ask the consortium. So, okay, we've got enemy creation, we've got, oh wait, we need and for some reason I have a very in-depth way of doing things here. Nope, didn't mean to click that. Didn't mean to click that. Please God, why are you breaking? I've learned my computer just does not like standard issue science fiction. Like, oh no. Like, oh no, please stop it. Please, God, we're begging. I'm begging you. So let's do cover. Stopping power, the amount of stopping power. Lotto. Normal text. Inspired damage. Let's see. The character won't take from an attack. This does not apply to melee. Apply to melee attacks. Actually, what I should say is change that up. Characters will die for cover and try to protect themselves from danger. While in cover, will gain a bonus to their... Let's see, while in cover, the character will gain a bonus to their defense value. DV as long as they are in the cover and facing the enemy. They are flanked. The cover does not apply. Same as with... Let's see, the cover does not apply. Same as with being in melee combat. Actually, let's see. Standard issue science fiction. That's not quite what I'm looking for. I need... Obviously, it's time to go back to tits. I mean, that's what the name of the game is, I swear. To tits. Da 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 da. Totally isn't Tron, I swear. Where is cover? There we go. Alright. DV bonus. Sheetrock wall 1. Things like fauna 2. Actually, what we can do, we'll do light cover 1. It'll be things like fauna. Sheetrock walls. So we have light cover, medium cover, heavy cover, super, and finally we have super heavy and super heavy cover. Late 3 rows, 2, 3, 4, nice and even. Actually, what I can do, let's put a column to the right. Examples here. So we're applying basic cover concepts. Light cover would be things like fauna, simple walls, woodwork. Medium cover, stone walls, sandbags, and metal frames, metal vehicles. Would be solid concrete walls, and military vehicles, and solid metal walls. So pretty much the idea being like, am I in cover? The answer is usually should be yes, you should be in cover, because I'm standing behind a wall. I'm standing in some really basic cover, like just something to conceal you, to make you harder to hit. That is all it is. And this is really to apply it to people shooting at you, because getting shot sucks. News at 11. Even though the people around me should really learn that, because people keep getting shot where I'm from. You also have things being heavy cover is going to be a lot harder to come by later on, or in lower TL planets. And let's do the height differential. Sniping height. If a character has a height advantage, they reduce the DV of all enemies below them and by 1 for each floor. Let's see, floor on average, floor height average. I have 14 feet, so if we do 14, so we do 15 feet, 2 meters, be about 4.5 meters. For each floor, I will do 12 to 15 feet, or about 4 to 4.5 meters. Let's see, 8. There we go. Technically, it's 3.281. The more you know, kids. So about 4 to 5 meters. This also raises their DV by 1 for each floor as well. Having height advantage is very good. You want to have height advantage. Height advantage saves lives. This also should produce interesting situations of, hey, they have a sniping position. We don't. We should really rectify that. So you can also mimic one of my favorite parts in Into the Badlands. Actually, height advantage. God, what other things in combat are appropriate to understand? Yeah, I should actually put that in. Hazardous areas. Certain areas will produce or lose hazard situations to one's health in being in it without proper protective gear. Consult the following list. This for the degree of hazard and the effects on the body. We want to do something like that. So we want to do hazard. Let's see, and we'll do health reduction. -5, -10, -20, lethal. Hazard degree, minor, major, lethal, death. It's like those signs you find on diving, being like, "Yeah, no, this will just kill you. Like you're just dead." Actually, health reduction for every turn in area. So a minor hazard would be actually what we can put is row above. Hazards always require a maneuver plus an additional action to move out of. Negligible. And so hazards here would be something like debris, like a negligible one would be like there's just a lot of debris around. It's like don't step on glass kind of thing. Like if you're wearing boots you should be fine, but it's annoying to get through it. Minor, what would be a minor hazardous area? Poisonous bogs. Let's see, hazardous terrain. We want to do hazardous terrain. Let's do endless legend. Actually, do I have hazardous terrain here? No, I don't. What do I have? Do I have anything else? No, I don't. So do you like things like poisonous bogs? What would be some other examples of like just places that aren't very friendly to be? Oh, there's diseases and like it's not good. There's things poking at you that shouldn't. So and then we'll have lava flows. Actually, what we can do. Let's do example. Poisonous bugs. Lava flows. Singularity crap. Exposed space. Actually, we should put that exposed space there. No oxygen. No breathe. Actually, what I should say is no breathable air. Exposed space. So the idea being, I go into exposed space. I actually exposed space with no like an EVA suit on. I'm just going to die. You can't really survive that long out there. Actually, let's take a look. How long can you survive in space without a suit? Let's see how long. 15 seconds. All right. So yeah, it's am I missing something? I feel like I am missing something from this, and I do not know what it is. So we've got cover, we've got height advantage, we've got hazardous areas. What else am I seeing? What else am I seeing? Oh, world, what am I looking at? I can see it in the top of my noggin zone, but I can't think of it because me, big boy. Ha ha ha. Do I put automatic weapons here? Let's see the consortium. Yep, okay, the consortium wants mega monsters. Cool, so we're adding get that mega monsters real fast. Lexicon mega monsters. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, the idea behind mega monsters was like these are massive creatures that will rampage and kill you all. So we put you here. Go away, fem kaijus. Free. Select you all to be normal text. The summon multiply their term size as well as demeanor. Truly monsters being made crush castle wall. Removing these beasts are different from countering other monsters in more manageable size, but some heroes must confront something larger than themselves. Best way of doing that is get climbing. Mega Monster is an enemy that is far larger than average, not allowing conventional weapons to be used against them with ease, often requiring siege equipment or power weapons to stop. The Mega Monster does not traditionally attack, they instead go on a rampage. Rampage is movement, beatings, or simply stretching to throw the heroes off their back or crush them into dirt. The Mega Monster goes on a rampage. All heroes are forced to roll check to determine the affected by it. As more parts are destroyed, the most ferocious rampage it becomes. Let me actually reconsult the difficulties. What did I put in the difficulty? Easy to average difficulty, average to hard, hard to difficult, difficult to complex. There are sensitive parts of the opportunity to damage overall health of the creature. So what? Let's see. Let's do. I probably need to add in. We want to do a table, 2x2 table. We're gonna put you right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I should do is paste, select everything, Control X, paste. It's not gonna let me do this. Unless maybe I finagle it a little bit. This is going to be a little bit of finagling, but it should work. So, can I do a little bit over? A little bit over more? This smidge over more? Smidge over more? Nope. Okay. Unless I. So, what we need to do is. No, God, go away. Stop. Okay, so... It's not going to let me do this, is it? Ah, okay. So we're pretty much going to need to put a chart there. I may be able to do it. I may not be able to do it. I don't know yet. But we want to say... But we need to put in the chart for sensitive part. Target number. So we need to do... sensitive part. Target number. Let's see. Light part. We'll do exposed part. Lightly armored. Heavily armored. So the target number is going to be 3, 5, and then we'll apply 7 here. Probably put TN here and save a little bit of space. There we go. And we select everything here. I said we select everything here. Control, properties. We want to do a white background in the middle. Center table alignment. And we're good. Alright, so let's see where we are speaking. We've got all of these done. I wanted to get combat done. That was the goal for today. So let's do combat is done. Do we want to do... Yeah, let's do the academy tonight. Screw it. Let's do the academy. Training and advancements. Constantly evolving. Evolving thanks to the dust. Through their veins in their own natural ability to surpass limits. When a hero completes a major objective or achieves a major milestone, they will begin to attune greater. They will have the option of increasing their power and mastery of dust. So we get to raise attunement of a attribute, raise attunement of a skill category, increase in attribute by +1, let's say 3 skills by +1. Let's see. Increase endurance by bod plus. Actually, it'd be either bod die plus. Actually, bod die ×2. Increase blood by bod die. Actually, we can probably do by Increase endurance by bod. So you can just, actually no, you can end up rolling like getting like 60 health right off the bat. We want to do bod die time. We'll do bod die times 3. And that's even still a lot. We'll do 2. So kind of a gamble on that one. Increase blood by their bod die. Let's see, what do I want to do? Do you want to do like something like a dust construct? Dust construct. Actually, receive an influx of 500 dust. Just get more money. So yeah, here we go. Raise the attunement of an attribute, raise the attunement of a skill category. And you get to choose 2. Not entirely competent on the health part, but that's something we gotta live with. We want to do heading. Let's see, receive 500 dust. Sort paragraph A to Z. Choose 2. Heroes may also take courses or learn new skills through their adventures. These increase the individual skill by a +1. Regard by +1. Actually, wait. We want to do increase. Actually, affinity cap of attributes by 1. Increase affinity cap of a skill category by 1. There we go. I'm not competent on these 2. I don't know what to do here. Increase skill by +1. Turn it. If the heroes are a part of Issendir's Academy, Issendir's Academy, they may also opt to take courses. Take courses to further enhance certain skills, raising them by +2 for a modest sum of dust as payment. Because Issendir is going to have to be a part of this entire thing, because Issendir is Issendir. Doop-a-doop-doop-boo-doop-boo. Snap that. Issendir's Academy, they will all take courses to further enhance their skills, raising them 1 by +2 for a modest sum of dust as payment. 1 by +2, or an entire skill skill set, or entire set of skills, by it. Actually, no. For a modest sum of dust as payment. Let's see, actually. What we can actually do is purchase a freebie. Actually, how do I want to word this? Receive a inspiration to an attribute that is already at D12. Increase a single attribute to D20. No other attributes. D20 if it is already at D12. Increasing the attribute by +1. Increase 3 skills. Raise attunement up to D. Raising the 2 up to D12. Up to D12. Inspiration to the attribute that's already at D12. And we'll say inspiration. Inspiration is the spark of dust that allows a hero to push beyond mortal limits and embrace their nature. Every session, a hero may spend an inspiration in an attribute they possess it in, and to receive a free success. So it's pretty much like, here's a free success. I have an inspiration. Here's a free success now. That's all it is. So if I have a D12, instead of going up to D20, you instead are going to receive freebies, and you can keep getting freebies. So let's say I have like a D12. For example, I have a D12 in bod. I'm not going to just keep oh, I have a D20 now. No, it's going to be D20 inspiration, D20 bod. But I have 2 inspiration to spend, so I can immediately say, okay, I'm going to spend 2 of my inspiration on this attack. And I have 2 free successes. Right off the bat, I haven't even rolled my dice yet. I'm just that good. So, alright. This will work for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here. And next time we are going to... Let's see, actually, what are we going to be doing next time? Let's see. Next time, we are going to be working on equipment, and then we're going to be working on some exterior rules. And I will probably add in all the species traits tonight. That'll be my goal, and then it'll be equipment. I kind of have the idea of how to do equipment stuff. That's not going to be fun, but... let's see. Equipment tech levels. We can make it work. So... thank you all very much. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Next Friday, we will probably get a good chunk of the game done with equipment. And depending on how I'm feeling, I might actually say fuck it with the exterior rules and just do a Saturday stream to finish it up. Do a nice 5-episode stream. This game isn't actually as big as I thought it was going to be, but a lot of it's already been kind of pre-written, you could say. And there's just so little in the way of actual kind of meat behind things. It's making it a little bit difficult to get a good idea of it. Let's see. What am I? Oh, I forgot to put in space distance. Yeah, I'll put in space distance later. But, yep. That is how we're going to do it. I also have... Actually, here, give me 1 second. I may as well say it here because I can. And I have absolutely no... is this the right? Yeah, alright. So, as you can see here, we have a few curious cases to go over. We have a lot. We have a lot that I didn't quite realize I was going to get into. But, yeah, not this Saturday, but probably the Saturday after, we will either be doing the curious case, the curious case of 4 RPGs. The Curious Case of TG's Dusty Shelf #2, with going over things like Dive into the Sky, Joints and Jivers, Lost Source, Hail and Kill, and Velocity. Or we'll probably have to split these up in 2, probably with one of the Weird Man's games, and then we'll go over another set of just oddities. And I'm still looking for more franchise games. Not the specific of I need to know them, but just franchise games. I should actually put in the Ghostbusters RPG, because I like West End's Ghostbusters RPG. And then parody games. So yeah, we got a few things lined up for the thing that actually gets people watching these things. So that'll be fun. And I did find fun and exciting Kickstarter things, which makes me sad because it's never fun. It's never fun and exciting when I go on Kickstarter. It's always sad. I always feel really sad about my life anytime I do. But Godspeed and good luck. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye.